friends, it's Mrs. Anna, and today I'm going to read 3 fun stories to you that you guys love. The first one is Knuffle Bunny, a cautionary tale by Mo Willems. Let's start with our Knuffle Bunny story. You guys ready? I'm going to scoot over a little bit so you guys can see it. There we go. Now we can see it. There's Knuffle Bunny and there's Trixie. It says, not so long ago, before she could even speak words, Trixie went on an errand with her daddy. There's Trixie and her daddy. Trixie and her daddy went down the block and through the park. Where do you think they might be going? He has a laundry basket. Let's see. Past the school and into the laundromat. Trixie helped her daddy put the laundry into the machine. You see what's in the laundry basket? Oh, look at Trixie being silly. Some friends don't have washers or dryers in their house, so they have to go to a laundromat like Trixie and her daddy. She even got to put the money into the machine. Then they left. If you notice something in that washer, do you see it? What's that in the washer? But a block later, Trixie realized something. Oh, look at Trixie's face. She was happy, and then, now look at her smile. Trixie turned to her daddy and said, "Aggle, flaggle, clabble." "That's right," replied her daddy. "We're going home." "Aggle, flaggle, clabble," Trixie said again. "Blabble, blabble, wumpy, flappy, snoop." Oh no, does she look happy? "Now please don't get fussy," said her dad. Well, she had no choice. Trixie bawled. Wah! She went boneless. She did everything she could to show how unhappy she was. By the time they got home, her daddy was unhappy too. As soon as Trixie's mommy opened the door, she asked, "Where's Knuffle Bunny?" Oh, Mommy realized what she was crying about. The whole family ran down the block and they ran through the park. Oh, look what shirt he's wearing. It's Pigeon. They zoomed past the school and into the laundromat. Trixie's dad looked for Knuffle Bunny and looked and looked and looked. But Knuffle Bunny was nowhere to be found. So Trixie's daddy decided to look harder until Knuffle Bunny! And those were the first words Trixie ever said. And oh, I'm not done. I have another book for you. And this one is called Knuffle Bunny 2, A Case of Mistaken Identity by Mo Willems. Oh, look at Trixie. She's a grown-up now. Not really. She's just a big kid now. Going to big kid school. Knuffle Bunny too. Oh, look at all those pictures. Oh. Did you see this one at the laundromat? Let's read this. It says, one morning, not too long ago, Trixie took a walk with her daddy. By now, Trixie really knew how to talk. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to show Amy, and then I'll show Meg, and then I'll show Margaret, and then I'll show Jane, and then I'll show Leela, and then I'll show Rebecca, and then I'll show Noah, and then I'll show Robbie, and then I'll show Tashi, and then I'll show Casey, and then I'll show Connie, and then I'll show Parker, and then I'll show Brian, and then, and talk and talk and talk. Trixie was excited because she was taking her one-of-a-kind Knuffle Bunny someplace very special. Come on! She's following her daddy. To school. There's her big kid school. And there's all her friends and her teachers and her friends' mommies and daddies dropping them off. Trixie couldn't wait to show Knuffle Bunny to Miss Greengrove and all her friends in pre-K. Oh, she's in preschool. Like you guys. But just as her daddy kissed her goodbye, Trixie saw Sonia. Oh, look at Trixie's face. There's Sonia. What does Sonia have? Knuffle Bunny. Suddenly, Trixie's one-of-a-kind Knuffle Bunny wasn't so one-of-a-kind anymore. The morning did not go well. Knuffle, 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 Knuffle. The afternoon was worse. When the school bell rang, Miss Greengrove returned the Knuffle Bunnies. Do you see the ears? And the day got better. Then, before she knew it, it was time to go home. Trixie ate dinner, devoured her dessert, and brushed her teeth. And tried to escape the mommy and daddy robots from the planet Slurp. At 1:30 bedtime, Trixie was tucked in, ready for sleep. But a few hours later, Trixie realized something. Trixie marched into Mommy and Daddy's room and said, "This is not my bunny." Trixie's daddy tried to explain what 2:30 a.m. means. He asked, "Can we deal with this in the morning?" Trixie's daddy went to the phone. Before he even made it downstairs, bring! The phone rang. "We have your bunny," said a man's voice on the other end. "We have yours," replied Trixie's daddy. Arrangements were made. There they go. Trixie and her daddy and Knuffle Bunny. Trixie and her daddy rushed across the neighborhood. Trixie did not want to be late. Neither did Sonia. You guys see Trixie right here? And then on this side, there's Sonia and her daddy. There was an exchange. And the Knuffle Bunnies were back where they belonged. I was so worried about my bunny, Sonia said. So was I, Trixie replied. Then they both said, I'm glad you got your bunny back at the exact same time. And that is how Trixie found her first best friend. The end. I got one more. Let me grab it. Knuffle Bunny Free. An Unexpected Diversion by Mo Williams. Oh, look at how big she is now. She's getting older. There's some more pictures of her. Her and Sonia. And her and Knuffle Bunny. Let's see what happens in this one. One day, not so long ago, Trixie took a big trip with her family. They were on their way to visit Trixie's Oma and Opa in Holland. Holland is far away. There's Oma and Opa, her grandma and grandpa. So that meant taking a taxi to the airport, waiting in line, watching Knuffle Bunny go through the big machine, waiting some more, and finally getting onto a real plane. On the plane, Trixie played and read and slept. Before she knew it, the plane had landed. Trixie and her family left the airport and got on a train to go to guys remember? Oma and Opa's house. It says, welcome, Trixie. Oma and Opa were so happy to see Trixie. So Oma and Trixie were drinking cold glasses of chocolate milk in the garden. And suddenly, Trixie realized something. Oh, there goes her face again. What did she miss? What did she lose? Trixie didn't tell her daddy that Knuffle Bunny was gone. She didn't have to. Oh, he just looked at her face and he knew. Trixie's daddy called the airline and asked them to look for Knuffle Bunny on the plane. But the plane had left for China. China is very far away. Trixie's mommy hugged her and asked her to be brave. Trixie's dad told the story of when he was a little boy and said goodbye to his special lammy. Oma gave Trixie another glass of chocolate milk, remarked on how big she was getting. Trixie understood. She was getting bigger. Even if she wished she wasn't. The next morning, Trixie tried to enjoy going to the cafe and the swings in the playground and the carnival that was in town. And while the whole week was filled with fun things like eating French fries on the street, visiting real windmills, and feeding the ducks, Trixie was still sad. She missed her Knuffle Bunny. Oma and Opa understood. Oma and Opa had a plan. That night, they had a surprise for Trixie. A brand new, top of the line, Funny Bunny Wunny Doll Extreme. It could walk, it could dance, but it couldn't make Trixie feel better. It could even speak in Dutch. Trixie was sure that she wouldn't be able to sleep another night in a strange bed without her Knuffle Bunny. But before she knew it, she was dreaming. She dreamed of Knuffle Bunny and all the places he would visit. She dreamed of all the children. See all the children playing? Knuffle Bunny would meet. She dreamed of how Knuffle Bunny would make them feel better. The next morning, Trixie felt better. Trixie had a big breakfast. She played with Oma on the playground swings. She even tried a sip of Opa's coffee at the cafe. It was a great day. Do you think she liked the coffee? Look at that face she made. Probably not. Before she knew it, the trip was over and it was time to go home. Trixie hugged Oma and Opa as hard as she could. Then Trixie and her family got back onto the train and back onto the plane. And listened to the crying baby as the plane lifted off. But can you believe it? Right there on that very plane, Trixie noticed something. What do you see right there? What is that? Let's turn the page to find out. Knuffle Bunny! Trixie was so happy to have Knuffle Bunny back in her arms. Happy enough to make a decision, Trixie turned around and said, "Would your baby like my Knuffle Bunny?" "Really?" asked the baby's mother. "Really?" asked Trixie's daddy. "Really?" asked Trixie's mommy. "Plaggy, plaggy," asked the baby. "Really?" said Trixie. She was big enough. The baby was happy. The baby's mother was thankful. Trixie's parents were proud. And the other passengers were very relieved. And that is how, a few weeks later, Trixie received her very first letter. The end. Look at the letter she got. I think it's the other baby. A note to Trixie. "Trixie, I hope to watch you grow up, fall in love, start a family, and be happy. And I hope that one day, many years from now, you will receive a package." That's Trixie, and she's all grown up and has a little baby. Look what she got back to give to her baby. Knuffle Bunny. From an old pen pal. Love, Daddy. The end. Wow. Did you like all those Knuffle Bunny stories? They were great, weren't they? Well, this is the end of our Knuffle Bunny books. I'll see you next time. Bye.